Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of TEW IX WWE Challenge Run here today as we have the go home episode of SmackDown heading into WWE Moana 2, which means it's the last chance I'll really get to fully promote the fact I'm doing WWE Moana 2. It's a shame, honestly. They really need to hurry up with the live action remake so next year I can hit up WWE Moana. WWE Moana 1, the premium live event special taking place a year after WWE Moana 2. It's a confusing life. Anyway, we're finishing up our build up. Most of our matches are set in stone, but we're just raring everyone ready to go for these big matches to come. So without further ado, let's get into it, I say. And let's jump into this go-home edition of Friday Night SmackDown. And our show's going to get underway backstage, where Cody Rhodes has gone over to AJ Styles. After the events last week, where they had their matchup, which ended in disqualification or a no contest when they were both attacked by Kevin Owens and Carmelo respectively, Cody goes up to AJ. And he says to AJ of an offer. The pair of them teaming up. He knows they've had their problems. They've had their animosities. Okay, they've had their battles. But after what happened last week, he says what might be best tonight is the pair of them working together to take down Melo and Owens. And AJ happily agrees to that. For an 83. Good little opening segment. Setting up what should be a good main event. AJ Cody teaming up against Melo and Owens. That should be a bit of a banger main event heading into Moana 2. So, fingers crossed. But we're going to stay backstage because we've got a big 6-man tag match happening later tonight. Where Pretty Deadly, the WWE Tag Team Champions, and Grayson Waller are set to take on DIY, the contenders to Pretty Deadly's titles, and LA Knight, the man holding the US title, which Grayson Waller is fighting for. But things may be ever shifting as we cut backstage to Pretty Deadly and Grayson Waller attacking LA Knight. They're beating him down backstage. They've snuck attack him. They've 3-on-1ing him. DIY finally rush in, and as they do, Pretty Deadly and Grayson Waller hightail it out of there for a 67. DIY checking on LA Knight, but LA Knight on the floor, a bit beat up. He's been thrown into the concrete wall. He's been beat around by 3 guys. And it's not looking too good for the $1 million megastar here, or DIY, who were meant to be teaming with him against those 3 men. Later tonight for a 67. Everyone underperformed and didn't look too good. Which, hey ho, as long as they do better in the ring, that's what counts, eh? We're going to go to the ring, where Giovanni Vinci is ready for another match against the local talent, Keanu James at ringside. But before the match can kick off here at the Neil S. Blasdale Center in Hawaii, the music of Jacob Fatu hits. Jacob Fatu of the OGs with Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso. And Jacob Fatu marches down to the ring, lays out this local man. He wants in this match. He wants to fight here in Hawaii. He's got some pent-up rage, some pent-up aggression, not allowed to interfere in the tribal combat taking place between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa at WWE Moana 2. He wants to get his anger out this way. And Giovanni Vinci, poor man. We let him go at it for about 12 minutes. Let them do their things. I'm sorry, I keep yawning, I'm so tired. Let them do their things. Giovanni Vinci putting up a good fight. Got to show off his strength last week. He's getting a show off big time this week. And trying to show off his agility as well to get away from Jacob Fatu. But Jacob Fatu is a monster. Isn't a Samoan werewolf. So he's just doing Jacob Fatu things. And in the end, Jacob Fatu does get the victory. Giovanni Vinci does get his first defeat here. First singles pinfall defeat since his call up here as a member of Keanu James Enterprises for 66, pretty good. 64 Giovanni, 59 Jacob. Happy enough with that. No, Giovanni defeated, but you know, him being undefeated is not really a main key selling point of him or his character to me. So, who cares? You know? Before we cut backstage, two separate segments. First one showing earlier tonight, where Nick Aldis has called in WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. He says he would have got Kevin to do this first as the challenger, but he's not here yet. Asking Cody to sign the contract to make their WWE Championship bout at WWE Moana 2 official. And Cody happily signs it. But he says to Nick, he warns him, he signed that contract, he'll do this match. But if Kevin keeps coming at him the way he is, if Kevin comes at him in Moana 2 the way he is, he apologizes in Nick Aldis in advance to what he's going to do to one of his biggest talents on the roster. And then we cut to now. Kevin Owens has finally arrived, ready to sign his contract. He asks Nick where it is, and he signs the contract, and he snatches it. Nick asks for it back, and Kevin says no. Kevin says he's going to keep a hold of this until Moana 2. He's going to keep a hold of this so that management can't screw him out of this, so Cody can't weasel out of this. His name is signed on here. He waited till Cody has signed this. His name's signed on here. My name's signed in there. WWE Championship match. It's done. It's set in stone. The contract's signed, and I'm going to keep a hold of this until I'm ready at Moana 2 to take that title off that traitor for a 74. Happy with that, yeah. The contract signed, the match set in stone. Cody, Kevin, WWE title, Moana 2. Oh! It's going off here. 74. Before we have a little showcase bout, you know? It's our first time here in Hawaii, wanting to showcase the WWE Women's Division, the Women's Tag Team Division specifically. So Nick Aldis has been in touch with Adam Pearce on Raw, and they've sent over the Women's Tag Team Champions from Raw, the Unholy Union, Oba Femi and Isla Dawn. That took me a second. Against Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, who are also just a really good tag team. So two Raw tag teams game to compete here, just to give this crowd a little taste, a little showcase bout for the women's division, the women's tag division specifically. And a little reminder to me that I have a women's tag division I should be booking, because I keep forgetting. There's just so much going on. I'll remember once we're done building up to Venom and Moana 2, once we're on the road to Survivor Series, I'll be remembering it, I promise. But yeah, Unholy Union against Katana and Kaden. And in the end, we let the women show out, but it is Unholy Union keeping their gold with the reverse code red. I told them to steal the show what they can do. 63, take that. 61 Alba. 49 Aya, who was off her game. 47 Katana, who was really off her game, but still got a 47. 45 Kaden. Happy with that. Happy enough with that. Good match. The Unholy Union keep their titles. Defense number 5. They're keeping their gold. Fair enough to them. As we cut backstage to Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate revealing himself shorter hair now. The new kind of shaved down look he has now. And he says he's had enough. Trent, his mentor, like a father to him for so long. But this is how Trent wants to do it. This is how they can do it. Okay? He has shaved his hair, his face. A younger him grew his hair out, he says, to honor Trent, the man who showed him what wrestling is, what it means to be a wrestler, who he dreamed of coming to this business, to coming to this company, coming to SmackDown, wrestling for the WWE. After what Trent's done, what Trent said, Trent's actions, this is not the man he drove around the streets of gloomy England with. No. So Tyler says he'll have no problem hurting this man and beating this man and fighting this man. The only way these two know how. The way they did it back in the day, together. Side by side, but this time across from each other. So he says he will see Trent Seven at WWE Moana 2 in a black country brawl for 46. Big match. Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, the Black Country Brawl. Anything goes pretty much. At WWE Moana 2. There's so serious a way I can promote pay-per-view matches and bitter rivalries whilst uttering the utterance of WWE Moana 2. But damn it, I try my best. Damn it, I try my best. And then we go backstage to the women's locker rooms. Because the women's also have a 6 women's tag later tonight. First of all, we go to the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton, the WWE Women's United States Champion, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, who, they're ready to work together. They seem to be somewhat on the same page. Tiffy on Tiffy top, but Chelsea Green secretly thinking she's on Chelsea top. I'm Piper Niven just here. Taking on the team of Mia Yim, Bianca, and Jade Cargill, who have a little bit more friction. Bianca just saying to Mia Yim, just stay out my way. If Chelsea Green gets in that ring, she's mine. And Mia Yim not appreciating that tone. Thank you very much. Heading into WWE Moana 2, where we got Tiffany Stratton defending her gold against Mia Yim. And then also announced by Nick Aldis, a fatal 4-way match for the WWE Women's US title. Chelsea Green forced to defend her gold. At least with a friendly face, Piper Niven in the match, but also against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Bianca's so desperate to get her hands on that Women's US title she feels she deserves. But, can Bianca and Mia Yim coexist? Can Bianca and Jade Cargill coexist with all this tension? We'll have to wait and see. But for now, we go to the 6-man tag team action, where Pretty Deadly and Grayson Waller come out, and then DIY came out, no LA Knight. Grayson Waller and Pretty Deadly seem pretty chuffed with himself. When the music, of course, of Wesley hits, teamed up with DIY a few weeks back, the NXT man, ever so circling SmackDown Live here. Nick Aldis keeps on inviting him, and he keeps on showing up. You must think a full official call-up in his very near future for he comes out ready for this tag team match. And in the end, both teams fighting it out. I've told them to steal the show. Hopefully they will. And yeah, in the end, Wesley and DIY taking Grayson Waller and Pretty Deadly. Grayson Waller and Pretty Deadly aren't fighting fair, aren't fighting pretty. Pretty Deadly taking out Gargano and Ciampa DIY at ringside. Whilst in the ring, Grayson Waller rolling up Wesley, pulling those tights, and getting the 1, 2, 3. Grayson Waller and Pretty Deadly do get the wins and do get that momentum for a 68. Got the crowd buzzing heading into Moana 2. 66 Wesley, 67 Johnny Gargano, 56 Grayson, 51s for Elton and Tommaso, 50 for Kit. Happy enough with that. And then, after the match, Pretty Deadly and Grayson Waller, Pretty Deadly laying out DIY at ringside, smashing them into the apron, and then getting in the ring. Not happy with Wesley, who keeps getting in their business. Attacking Wesley here. Grayson Waller joining in when the music of L.A. Knight hits. The US champion, a bit beat up, storms down to the ring. Grayson Waller hightailing it out of there. Says, see ya. Bye to the boys. And hightailing out there, L.A. Knight chasing after him. And just leaving Pretty Deadly in the ring to beat up Wesley. Poor Wesley. Wesley getting beaten down here. DIY still laid out at ringside. Wesley all alone, forced to contend with Pretty Deadly by himself. So you see the writing on the wall. Before he has come home, he has returned. Jeff Hardy, the charismatic enigma, charges out from the back to the ring and taking down Kit Wilson, taking down Elton Prince here, who quickly get out of there. Don't want to be dealing with this. Jeff Hardy making the big save for Wesley here for a 64. Jeff Hardy is back. He has come home. He saves Wesley for that 64. Happy with that. Jeff Hardy back. If you know me, I'm just a big fan of Jeff. I do really like Jeff Hardy. He's always been one of my favourites. Growing up watching wrestling. I first got into wrestling in 2008, so I was getting into it. My first pay-per-view I see, WrestleMania 24. Jeff not even on it. But then he was just one of the superstars that grabbed me. One I always loved. Armageddon 2008, engraved in my mind. Coming home from school, watching him win that WWE title, such a great feeling. And yeah, I want him here. I want to book Jeff Hardy because if we're being honest with ourselves, Jeff's not got too long left because of his age, because of everything else going on in the history of Jeff Hardy. So I want to give him one more chance to have a good sunset on his career here in wrestling, in WWE, which I'm looking forward to booking. I've got plans, I've got dreams. We'll see how it goes, Jeff. Fingers crossed he doesn't mess it up, eh? 64, happy with that. With Jeff Hardy back. Yeah. Oh, warms the heart. Let's go to commercial and come back to another 6-person tag. 6 women this time. Tiffany, Chelsea and Piper against Mia, Bianca and Jade. We just let the women go at it. I think I told them to steal the show as well, perhaps. And yeah, in the end, the main story of the match here is that Tiffany, Chelsea and Piper can coexist to an extent. Especially Chelsea and Piper. Mia, Bianca and Jade, not so much, mainly because of Bianca. Mia and Jade can coexist, but Bianca is kind of, she's roughing it all up, you know, kind of ruining the good vibes. You know, we get towards the end of the match, Chelsea Green tagged in, Bianca tagging herself in on Mia Yim. You know, Mia Yim not happy with that. It's the second or third time she's done that. Mia Yim gets onto the apron. Bianca going after Chelsea, getting her up in the end for the KOD. Chelsea trying to fight off, Bianca stumbling back, and then Mia Yim tagging herself in. Jay's had enough at this point. She's just got down and walked off. Mia Yim tagging herself in, pushing Bianca, telling her to get out of here, as then Bianca shoves Mia Yim backwards towards Chelsea Green, who hits her with a face buster, you know, the I'm prettier or whatever, and then tags in Piper Niven, who tags in Tiffany Stratton. Piper Niven hitting a big splash onto Mia Yim, and then Chelsea telling Piper to drag Mia Yim out. Mia Yim dragged out, set up for the prettiest moonsault ever. 1, 2, 3. Tiffany pins Mia Yim with a PMO, the prettiest moonsault ever, days before their women's championship match. That's going to have to feel good for Tiffany Stratton, but bad, very bad for Mia Yim. After that attack from her partner, Bianca Belair, it was set to tell a story, and it did just that. I think 66 on the match. Tiffany off her game, sadly, but still got a 60, still got the second highest rating. 65 Bianca, 50 Mia, 52 Jade, 48 Chelsea, 49 Piper. She's not that posh. For a 66, I'm happy with that. It's the champs who get the momentum heading into WWE Moana 2. And Bianca, very, very much not happy, but she will get a hand on Chelsea Green and Jade Cargill and Piper Niven for that women's US title in a matter of days at Moana 2. Ooh, the women's division hotting up here. As we go to a couple segments. First, we have the Bloodline. A united front in their locker room. Solo, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and Hikuleu, and Hiku. There. Tama, Tonga, Hiku, hyping up Solo. He's ready to keep that Ulafala round his neck, to force Roman Reigns to acknowledge him. Huh? With Dwayne there as well. For the whole world to see. At Moana 2, with the whole world watching, that Solo Sikoa, that the new bloods, the street champion, the one kicked out the family at a young age, fought back and made his way to the head of the table. And then we go to the ones locker room. Roman, Paul, Jimmy. Jacob not here. And Roman's ready to get that Ulafala back. To prove once and for all it should be round his neck where he belongs. He's the head of the table. He's the tribal chief. He's the one. Hey, Paul won't be there and Jimmy won't be there. Just him and Solo in that ring. And he's gonna beat some respect back into him. And make him remember who his chief is. For a 65. 75 for the Roman part. 48 for the Solo part. bringing it down a bit, Tonga and Hikuleo. But, heyo, I'm happy with that. Hikuleo? 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 I feel like I'm saying Galileo. Let me know in the comments how you pronounce that, please. I'd like to be respectful to the nice Samoan man who could kill me with just a look. 65 though. As they're very much ready for the main event of Moana 2. Roman versus Solo. Tribal combat. Tribal warfare. With the special enforcer of the final boss, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Star of the hit movie WWE Moana 2 on Disney Plus now. Yeah, jeez. As we go to the main event, tag team action, Cody and AJ versus Kevin and Carmelo. It's definitely, I've told them to steal the show. Hopefully they'll do just that. We just let the four men go at it. We get all the combinations. Cody, Kevin, Cody, Carmelo, AJ, Kevin, AJ, Carmelo. Let them tear the house down. And yeah, it's just a banger. I hope, rating-wise, it definitely is in my head. We get towards the end of the match, and it's AJ and Carmelo Hayes are kind of taking them out on the outside. AJ Styles doing a moonsault off the apron, you know, bouncing off the ropes onto Carmelo Hayes on the outside, laying them both out. As in the ring, Kevin and Cody just beating the hell out of each other. These two men ready for their match at Moana 2. Beating the life out of each other, not even trying to pin each other for the minute, just trying to hurt each other. And in the end, Cody Rhodes, Kevin going for a pop-up powerbomb, pulling it all out of the arsenal. Cody jumping over him and pulling him down, ready to hit him with the crossroads. Why did that escape my mind for a minute? And he hits it, but that's not enough. He picks him up for us going for the second crossroads here, when out of nowhere, RKO from Randy Orton. 87 for the match. Let's take a minute to stop at that. 91 Cody, 81 Carmelo, 74 Kevin, 71 AJ. They killed it, as you'd expect. 87. Really, really happy with that. And yeah, AJ and Kevin get the win by DQ here, as Randy Orton, out of nowhere, RKO to Cody Rhodes, laying out the WWE champion. Randy not seen in a few weeks since he got laid out by Kevin Owens with that WWE Championship, and Cody Rhodes took out Kevin then with the crossroads and stood tall, not even caring about Randy, and he has laid out Cody here. Kevin getting to his feet, a bit worse for wear, but getting to his feet and saying to Randy, "That's it. You finally realise that he can't be trusted. He's a traitor. After everything he's done, huh? Aligning with Roman Reigns, working with that man after what he did to us. Everything we did for him. I'm glad you've seen the light, Kevin. I'm glad you RKO, yeah. RKO out of nowhere. Randy laying out Kevin as well. Randy rolling to the outside, going to the timekeeper's area, getting the WWE Championship, and getting the contract that Kevin clutched so tightly and brought out with him. And the mic, Randy getting in the ring and saying, "Cody, you made that same promise you made to Kevin to me. And so I'll be seeing both of you at Moana 2. Seriously, it's only so serious I can make it sound. As Randy, Rhea Ripley style, signs his name onto the contract. At WWE Moana 2 for the WWE Championship, it will be Cody Rhodes defending his gold and looking to leave Hawaii with that championship against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton in a triple threat match. This is going to be intense. 87. Three guys bloodthirsty for that gold. One having a point to prove. Only one man's leaving with it, though. Who's it going to be? We'll have to wait and see. In the end, though, this go-home episode of SmackDown here at the Neil West Blasdale Centre gets an 83. I'm happy with that. 83. Good match. Good show. Increased up on 34 regions. You know, the whole show kind of bring it down. Main event, banger. Final closing segment, banger. Opening segment, banger. It's the middle of the sandwich. The bread was delicious. It's the middle of the sandwich that let us down a little bit, but hey-o. At Moana 2, hopefully, we won't have a problem with that. It's going to be a stack card. I mean, we got the WWE title match, Cody, Kevin, and Randy. We've got Tiffany Stratton defending her WWE Women's title against Mia Yim, Chelsea Green defending her Women's US title against Piper Niven, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill, LA Knight defending his US title against Grayson Waller, Pretty Deadly defending the WWE tag titles against DIY, Tyler Bate taking on Trent Seven, his mentor, in a Black Country brawl, and in the main event, Tribal Warfare, Tribal Combat, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, with the final boss, The Rock, as the special enforcer in the main event. It's going to be a good show that you're not going to want to miss. So let me know what you thought of the Go Home show in the comments down below. Leave a like if you have enjoyed. I hope you have. And subscribe so you do not miss a thing. You do not miss out on WWE Moana 2. You do not miss out next week on WWE Venom. Why would you want to miss out on those pay-per-views? And then we've got boring pay-per-views coming up like Survivor Series War Games. They're not quite Moana 2 or Venom, but they'll do. They'll do. You don't want to miss a thing, I promise. So subscribe. Like you enjoyed. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. And as always, I just want to say a very special thank you for watching.